Imagine reading a story about racism, class, generational trauma, and abuse and thinking, I think these two just need to fuck. 6 months ago, I posted a video about why do I think that Emerald Fennell's new adaptation of Wuthering Heights would be, for a lack of classier words, disappointing. And many of you went straight for my jugular. You literally called me everything under the sun. One, I just watched the trailer, and honestly, the only thing I can say here is I was fucking right and I fucking told you so. Not only I am doubling down with what I said 6 months ago, but also I didn't know how shit this film would actually be. Like, honestly, this is not only disappointing, this has to be cremated. I have watched the trailer multiple times, and I can tell you for a fact that I still do not know what the fuck is going on. The trailer opens with a close-up of Kathy, which is interpreted by Margot Robbie, where she appears to be extremely horny as she watches one of her servants knead a dough. She seems to be reminiscing of her very intimate, very smutty and sweaty moments that she has with a very rough and rugged Heathcliff, who is acted by Jacob Elordi. In just 91 seconds, Emerald Fennell manages to strip the story from all its gothic weight, from all its sociocultural meaning, and just manages to reduce it to pure TikTok smart bait. Honestly, this film reeks, it fucking stinks of white radical feminism turned into internalized misogyny. I'm honestly just so baffled. What is this film even about? You cannot tell me that you, as a director and as someone who studied English in a private school, mind you, you read Wuthering Heights, a story that is so clearly about classism, racism, generational trauma, and abuse, and the only thing that you take from this story is, wow, Heathcliff and Kathy really want to fuck. You have to be joking. The only explanation that I have for this garbage is that Emerald Fennell sat in her home office, opened her laptop, opened a Word document, looked into the screen and said, I think I need another Salburn. So then she decided to get the two most bankable names of the year, Margot Robbie, fresh off Barbie, and Jacob Elordi, who literally carried Salburn on his back. She also decided to sprinkle some of the gothic horror revival that we have been seeing in the past 2 years, and voila, she has the perfect recipe for success, which is a super smarty forbidden romance with a morally grey character who is also emotionally abusive, and then you score it with Charlie XCX. This is not fucking Bridgerton. And the worst part is that I already know that the BookTok girlies are gonna eat this shit up, right? Obviously, they are not gonna read the book. First of all, because it doesn't have any smut, and you know that the BookTok girlies do not read anything that doesn't have smut because they are porn addicted. And second of all, they are not going to read it because the book actually talks about daily struggles that many people suffer still to this day, right? Which is racism, classism, or the fatal consequences of abuse. And they don't give a rat's ass about it because, first of all, it's not smart, again, but also because that's not something that they suffer. It's not something that they experience. So they don't care to read about that because it's not relatable to them. And they will just devour these watered down, like, piece take of a film. Like, they just don't care. They just want to see the smart and they want to see Jacob Elordi. And this is exactly what many people in the book community have been screaming about. Was you are very busy celebrating mediocrity, there are stories that are being stripped down of their meaning. They are being watered down and they are just being repackaged just so you can consume them. Just like, it's not even about preserving the meaning. It's just about becoming part of the algorithm. Because at the end of the day, what you are doing, you guys are not enjoying stories. You guys are not reading because you actually want to learn or you want to enjoy said story specifically. You guys are reading because you want to consume. Reading has become a part of overconsumption. It has become part of capitalism. That's why there are so many books that are literally the same fucking copy of the same fucking book. Like, you guys do not care about stories. You either want to consume porn, because obviously ladies do not watch porn, they read it, as it is very commonly known in the internet, but also you are literally getting your fix or your dopamine fix from consuming books. This is exactly what Emerald Fennell has done with Wuthering Heights. She has literally picked the story, she has watered it down, and then she has repackaged it just to make it agreeable and consumable for you guys. And you guys are gonna eat this shit up. You guys are gonna go in, like, during Valentine's Day or when this film, whatever, comes out, you guys are gonna go to the cinema, you're gonna watch it, and you're gonna say, this is the best fucking film that I have ever watched. This is like the new 50 Shades of Grey. And you're gonna eat this shit up. I'm gonna see thousands of videos in my FYP of people saying that this is so good, that actually Emerald Fennell deserves an apology. Fuck no! Fuck no! You guys can go fuck off, honestly. And to Emerald Fennell, do you want to know why Salburn was so successful? It wasn't just because of the actors or Jacob Elordi or because you brought some sprinkles of gothic horror into the story. It was because you did a great job at presenting a world that you know very damn well. And it's the world of the pedantic ultra rich, because that's the world that you belong to. That's the world that you know of, because we all know who your father is, right? That is why there are so many people that are telling you that Wuthering Heights is not your story to tell, because you cannot relate to the characters very clearly. And this is also why there are so many people that look at the trailer and say that you have completely missed the point, because you have.